Can get my headset on. All right, today's topic. Let me just jump right in here. It's been a minute. Well, I missed last week. How about that? And this conversation is why nobody. I'm sunburned. Nobody seems to get you. Why nobody seems to get you anymore. It may not be you. It's likely not you. It's because you've stopped operating from the old system. Some call it 3D to 5D, and we've stopped operating. Many of us have stopped operating from there. So I'm gonna welcome. I'm gonna take some cards out. I got some decks out that were speaking to me. And I just got back from Sundance Thursday. So still pre-open, still integrating and processing that whole experience. It's a 12-day spiritual experience, retreat, whatever you want to call it. You see, I got some sun. Only on my face. Because that's really all that's exposed. All right. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Marty Forrest. I'm an empath, Blu-ray, grid worker. There's many labels that we can wear. So I'm here today to talk about some of the experiences. One of the biggest experiences was communication. That was one of the biggest things I recognized there at being at Sundance this year. Was there was just this gap in the communication. So that's what I want to talk about is why nobody seems to get you anymore. Right? It's not because you're saying something different necessarily. Maybe you are. Some of us are speaking different. We're speaking at a higher level. We're speaking from a different frequency. Almost an octave, but a different frequency. And when we're in a different frequency, the people that we've known for a long time, or even haven't known for a long time, can't hear us. And then, can you relate to this? You walk away from this conversation going, were we even talking about the same thing? Why can't they understand me? Why don't they understand what I'm saying? Or you don't feel like you fit anymore. Like these are some of the common things that happen when we're upgrading and elevating in our life and our conversations. Yeah. So we're not crazy. You are not crazy. Let me just say that out right up front. You're not crazy. It feels like it. I was talking with someone this morning who was there, and she's just fully struggling with showing up. Not her showing up. She's showing up as her authentic self. I show up as my authentic self. People around us don't know what to do with that. And they can't hear us. Cassie. Cassianne, is that how you say it? I don't want to butcher it, but maybe I did already. So she's wanting to have this conversation with one of the leaders, and that person didn't have time. Can you come tomorrow? No. My friend was leaving. They were leaving traveling. So we often feel unheard. How many of you, we get into this over-explaining, talking and talking and talking, hoping someone is going to hear us. We all have done it. So the experience was either people get defensive. I want to over-explain because I want to be heard. I don't do that today. Honestly, way less. So the old ways are, we perform. I've done this for a lot of my life. I performed. I tried over-explaining. Hi, cat. We want to convince them. We want to rescue them. So now we're stepping into those new ways. And learning to communicate authentically, openly, honestly, and just really clear. In Brazil. Awesome. So, as we learn to communicate clearly, much clearer, without a lot of extra words, we're very direct. I become very direct. I've always been very direct, but it's even clearer, and it's overwhelming to people. People either defend their position. This happened with a person who left without telling anyone, and it's not the first time that they've done that, and this time I decided to call it out. And it wasn't about the leaving, it was the dishonesty behind it. Oh, I'm going to go to the house, when they were really going home, an hour and a half away. We're in ceremony. So it's this incongruence. I called it out this time. And said that doesn't work. And they got defensive. And even apologized. And I said, why are you apologizing? I said, why? She's like, why what? I said, why are you telling me you're sorry? She couldn't really answer me. I saw her last night. Seems to be okay, but it's not. Right? See, so we're highly sensitive. I'm even more sensitive coming out of ceremony. So I read all of it. Well, this performance looks okay. We're all good on the surface. The energy's saying, no. You don't have to understand me. If it's not for you, don't be here. Hi, Mel. Good to see you too. Good to see you too. Thanks for showing up, being here. We're talking about why nobody seems to get you. Let's see. Yeah, I got a little distracted for a second. So we're the cleaner and clearer we get in our own space and our own energy, the less people that are not growing with you can hear. Not from a place of judgment, but from a place of they're often still operating in the old system. Their traditional, typical, habitual ways of being. And we are not. We continue, hi Reagan, we continue to evolve and grow. And people that aren't growing with us, just suddenly it's like, why, what is happening here? Why can't they hear me? It's like we're talking a whole different language. Hi Andrew. Doing better with clairvoyant. Excellent. The energy is getting a lot clearer, and it's a lot I don't know if easier is quite the right word, but I don't know another word for that. So congratulations. That's exciting. So I had another person on a coaching call together, and they were quite charged about something, and just blah, and I went, whoa. Right about the time my Zoom glitched, and when we came back together, It was, hey, could you, well, not could you. I said, I'm still really wide open. I'm super, super sensitive. So could you please be mindful of your energy and your words? Simple, to the point. She heard me. Okay, great. And we carried on, right? No drama about it, no assumptions about it. We're just communicating, clearly communicating. Sometimes it goes well, and sometimes not as much. So I've had several of those moments where there was either a miscommunication or a lack of communication. Or I thought someone said something to this person and they thought I said something to this person and neither of us said anything to that person. And then that person comes to me going, hey, I heard. And I'm like, oh, shoot. I thought you knew. I thought he said, and so that's how it went. So there was the theme of communication. And there's the theme of feeling like it's not landing. And that's because we're on different pages. We're in different frequencies. Not because there's something wrong. There was in the mix of this, it's like, where do I belong? Y'all feel like that? Have you ever felt like that? Like, where do I belong? Where do I fit in now? Excuse me. Where do I fit in now? How do I fit in now? Do I fit in? I don't fit in. So if you're feeling any of these things, it's the clarity came after the first session. I'll call it like that, because I'm sure many don't really know what Sundance is. It's a Native American ceremony. I'll just say that. You can look it up. But I realized that I don't really feel like I belong over here, and I don't really feel like I belong over here, and I'm sitting here by myself. And I'm praying, and I'm asking Creator, I'm like, where do I belong? Yes, many times they don't hear me. And so, where do I belong? And I went, and I hear, you're the bridge. Like, oh, that's right. That's been my whole life. How many of you can relate to that? That's been my whole entire life. I'm the bridge between the higher realms, maybe the lower realms. I'm the bridge between communication. Once I understood that, it stopped being hard and I stopped feeling out of place. So the other thing that happens, probably for many of us, I'm going to just say that our roles that we've played all along are being stripped away. It happened for me at Sundance, but it's energetically happening to many of us. The fixer, the helper, the one who organizes, the strong one. How many of you are the strong one? I help addicts recover a 12-step chakra-based program. Fascinating. I've been in recovery over 30 years. 12-step program. Curiosity. So let me stay on track here. But I'm curious about that. That's interesting. Can I just look at it? So it's our roles that we've always played, performed. How many of you know that? Can you feel that? We performed. We have the peacekeeper. Even the empath, the highly sensitive. It's still a role. While that doesn't go away, truly this is all about being a whole human being. But once we strip away those roles, once I strip away all those roles that I played all these years, who am I? Who are you? Who are you when you stop playing the roles and you stop performing? Those are the things that the ego labels as our identity, but it's not really who we are. So who are you without the role? Who are you without the title? It's not stripping you, your person away. It's stripping away the roles and the identities that we've carried. Who are you without the role? No more comments. Who are you? I've been an empath my whole life. I didn't know that for a very long time. Once I realized that, I'm like, oh, that's kind of that's my niche, because prior to that, I'm a people pleaser and I can help everyone with anything. Awesome proposal. Yes, right? Um, I was coming from a place of fixing and saving and rescuing. And when I finally went, oh, I'm an empath, why am I not calling that as my niche? But it's kind of come full circle now. Yes, I'm an empath. Yes, I'm highly sensitive. I'm still those things. I still feel those things, but it's really about being human, being a whole human being with the whole experience of being human. Many of the same things apply. So if you strip away the role, the mom, the sister, the dad, the son, the brother, who are you? Some would say a child of God. Some would say consciousness. But we're here on this planet as a human being to experience being human. Yes, chakra, the root of your problem. Okay, awesome. Thank you. Thank you for that. We are growing and evolving exponentially at this time, especially since we came out of that 9 year of the snake and shedding lots and lots of old paradigms. And now we're stepping into this new energy and the year of the horse, new beginnings, new ways, new energy, many things changing. And we are just going. Quickly, we're evolving. I just say I am. Yes, absolutely. I am is the most powerful statement. And I don't have to fill in anything. Going to type out the rest of the steps here. Enter here. Oh, got it. Here's the thing. As we're growing and evolving and we're getting clear with ourselves, we don't need other people to catch up to us. Right? That creates an expectation. And then eventually we're resentful because they can't hear us, or we've always been resentful. But when we stop thinking that everyone needs to be where we are, where you are, where I am, then I stop being resentful or having an expectation that they should be different. Why don't they understand me? Why can't they hear me? Because they can't. Not yet. And in all of this, some people are going to fall away. It might be a temporary thing. Hair in my eye. There. It might be temporary. Some of our relationships kind of go like this, and then they come back. And they go like this, and then they come back. And that's the nature of relationships. It's how do we navigate them when we're feeling separate? We're feeling like we're in different planets. How do we navigate that? Can you stay with yourself and allow the process? Can you stay with yourself without abandoning you in the process, while allowing the people around us their process? When we don't have expectations, there can be no disappointments. It's a super tall order, but yes. Agreed. Our culture is driven with expectations. So it's something to strive for, is to not have expectations. Acceptance, accepting that this is where people are at. And I'm not here to convince, change, rescue, fix. And I've spent a lot of my life doing that. Practice like anything else. Yes, practice is it. It's a practice. It's a discipline and a practice. It's a commitment to ourselves to stay the course. And when those things come up, those expectations or those resentments come up, it's like, take a look at ourselves. We have to take a look at ourselves. Where am I holding that? Where am I not accepting myself and projecting it onto them? I'm expecting them to be different, but I haven't changed in the way of wanting them to be able to hear me as I'm growing. Absolutely, and societal reprogramming is complex and the real challenge. Well, it is the real challenge. And societal reprogramming, the only way that I know to do that is to reprogram me. Our growth is for us, 100%. Yes. And our growth sets the example for other people to come along. Or not. Some people are just not going to. They don't want to. They're not willing. And some people are really excited and ready to grow and ready to go. I met this woman, oh my gosh. And she was so excited. This is all brand new to her, and she's learning and she's wanting to be a part of, and she never would shut up. Just like, oh, can you stop talking? Because she had a commentary for everything and a comment for everything. It's like, there were times I just had to walk away. I even asked that person to stop talking. Can you please stop talking? It's too much for me right now. I am not. And she kept going. I'm like, oh. So, you see what I'm saying? And I get when we're new and the journey, and we're just starting to really grasp that the world is so different than what we've had it so far, and it's opening up in ways that we never expected, and it's beautiful and it's miraculous and it's amazing, and I so can relate because I remember being that way when I first started. Also, I was so excited I wanted to tell everybody about it, but they couldn't hear me even then. And now I'm in a different place and people can't hear. What's happening bigger than that is the right people. The redirect might be digress, digest. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. So same thing, different time in my life. And as I've gotten clearer, like y'all that are here, you're the right people. You can hear what I'm saying. And you can receive it. Those that aren't meant to, don't come here. And if they can't hear it, they leave. It's all good. I don't have to make that mean anything today. And it was only, I don't know, maybe a year ago I might have made that mean something. Energy feels stronger, more peaceful, definitely solstice upgrade. Yeah. Thank you for that. Thank you for the acknowledgement. Yeah. Mel D and I have been together for a while, so she knows what I was like and what I'm like now. I feel it. I feel it definitely. I still feel like I'm processing and integrating from the whole ceremony. This one was super powerful, lots and lots of adjustments. And so we went from, have you ever been to like a place where it's really the small group, it's intimate, and we're just all together and we're all doing our thing, and okay, I will read all that. Thank you for sharing that. I will read that later because there's a lot there. So we had a very small group. We were cleaning house for quite a few years at this Sundance ceremony. And then last year we doubled in size, and this year we doubled again. And so we went from like 30 to 60-ish, I'm guessing the numbers. But it was a lot. And people started arriving one day, and I was like, oh my God, I need to leave. That was my reaction. This is way too much. It's too overwhelming. I need to leave. And I went and hid in my tent for a while, and I did some journaling so I could just process and adjust. Last year was the honeymoon. We were all so excited. And then this year, with more people, it gets bigger. It requires more communication, and it requires some organization, and it requires some different things. And so it's all that growing. And this is our life. So whatever you're doing anywhere in your life is how you show up in your whole life. Somebody told me this years ago. How you show up here is how you show up everywhere. And so I took the time to step back so that I could take care of myself and my own nervous system, because it was super overwhelming at first. And then once I took care of myself, then I could come back in and step up. I am a leader there, so I got to be in that role, if you will. So, anybody have any questions here? This is a lot of stuff. If you're feeling like people aren't getting you, it's your evolution. You are growing and evolving, and I mean, like, sometimes I feel like I'm barely keeping up with myself. That's how fast it's happening. How about you? All right, let me see this. Sacrum, addicts focus on our diet because sacrum chakra is your gut, solar plexus, and heart chakra because connecting to your higher powers to fortify all of your heart. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. I have, I'm going to pull a card from this deck. The Enchanted Map. 10 years clean and sober from drugs and alcohol. Woohoo! Congratulations, Andrew. I had to scroll. Apparently I missed that when I don't know when you did that, but I am 31. This card popped right out at number 8, Infinity, Come Together. Look how sweet that is. Get the glare off of it. Isn't that just beautiful? The hearts and the giraffes and is it a pelican on the top? Come together. So what is life all about? It's all about relationships with everything and everyone. The earth, the water, the trees, the people. So we're learning to come together in a new way to be able to communicate. And it takes some practice. Somebody said it earlier, it takes practice. It takes practice for us to communicate clearly, to be clear in ourselves, to be able to deliver that clearly. And sometimes it takes a moment to sit with what we're feeling before we can speak. So it's at that place of stop abandoning yourself. He wants in. He's been very loud and vocal. Very loud and vocal. He's so happy we're home. He laid down to take a nap and he walked down the hall. Meow, meow, meow. Where's my mama? Where's my mama? Yeah, really loud. No nap for me. And then, oh yeah, we have 6 more babies. Yeah, the one that's feral here. She's the only one that we haven't been able to touch or catch and get fixed. She had 6 babies and they're all alive. She's not had the best of luck with litters before, so. Like, oh my God. I need to figure out how to catch her. Anybody got any, I know this is off topic here, but anybody got any suggestions about how to catch a feral cat? She always has her kittens on the porch, so we're going to domesticate the kittens and find homes. Mary Magdalene. Telling you, we can't make this. Okay, this deck. This Mary Magdalene, Oracle, Megan Watterson. I think that's how you say it. Resurrect in this life. Resurrection. The ego dies and the soul rises. Here we go. There's two of them, actually. I hear the other one. They'll have their own voice, right? The ego dies and the soul rises. That's truly what's happening. When we shed the roles that we've been playing for a long time, lifetimes. Yeah, they missed us. They did miss us. One of them we didn't even see for a couple days. We came home Thursday afternoon. He came, maybe a day. He came back last night. And then Lou said, he was kind of like checking me out. Like, are you really back? So yeah. So this is exactly what we're talking about. This here. The ego dies and the soul rises. When we stop carrying, living, performing the roles that we've always played, the ego starts to shed. It is pretty. But the ego, man, thank you. Thank you, Andrew. The ego wants to hold on, and the mind, because of how we've been programmed and our nervous system, man, when we begin to live from that heart and soul place, the ego thinks it's going to die. And so it holds on harder in an attempt to stay alive. And so we're learning to collaborate differently with ourselves and our ego self. The performer, the personality. Right? So take these questions with you. What are you, where are you still playing a role? What role are you ready to let go of? Have you mistaken a role for your identity? And this one, what if nothing is wrong with you? What if nothing's wrong? Nothing is wrong, truly. Nothing is wrong. You can't get it wrong. When I first heard that, I'm like, I can't get it wrong. And that steps into the trusting divine timing. Trusting the universe, trusting God, whatever you call it. You cannot get it wrong. Letting go of the peacekeeper. Woohoo! That's a huge one. How many of y'all are peacekeepers? Anybody here peacekeeper? Keep the peace at any cost, including your own peace. Yep. All right, I'm going to do one more from this one. I dropped it. This one. What we have forgotten. Questions. Anybody have any questions about all this? Picture the universe as a giant blanket. I can fall into it at any time. I am a peacekeeper. I did that role for a very long time, and it's exhausting. Some people, that is their purpose. So if that's your purpose, as long as it's from a place of your whole self and not from a place of regulating the world around you. When we're regulating our environment and the people around us, we're in their way because we're interfering with them energetically and not allowing them to have their own journey, and it's costing us. If you're doing it from a place of like mediating and coming from your whole self where you're not compromising you, that's a whole different role. But here's the card. It's a number 21, whole self. Come from your whole self. And this is the journey that we're on here. And when we come from our whole self, the whole human being, the whole human experience, we stop abandoning ourselves. Yeah. It's taken me years and years and years. It's only been very, very the last several months that I've stopped abandoning myself. I allowed the discomfort. I allow myself to be uncomfortable after I've said something that was created discomfort for someone else. The energy will regulate. Maybe they do, but you can go away. Get off the channel. So when we're learning how to stay present and feel the discomfort, particularly when we've made someone else uncomfortable, we gather the pieces. How do I say that? That's not how I want to say that. We stop abandoning who we are to regulate them because we've just made them uncomfortable. That makes sense. Then you should stay away too. Don't come here spewing your shit. You see? Just like that. Do I hurt your feelings? I don't care. Get off my channel. But if you like what's going on here, subscribe. Turn on your notifications. I do my best to be here every Saturday at 10 Central Standard Time. Have a great weekend. I will see you here next week. You'll see the post. And make it beautiful. Thank you all. Namaste.